A comprehensive understanding of consciousness is crucial for the exploration of Tantra. Consciousness serves as the foundation for the entire universe, encompassing both the visible and invisible aspects. Each of us, as components of the universe, possesses a certain level of awareness. The core purpose of life, as conveyed by the Upanishads and reiterated in Tantra, is the expansion of this consciousness. Regardless of religious practices or worship forms, the ultimate goal is to attain an expanded consciousness. This, in essence, is the fundamental principle of Tantra. The Sanskrit term for consciousness or awareness is prajnanam. If prajnanam departs from our body, we fall. To illustrate, when someone named Ram passes away, we don't refer to the lifeless body as Ram. Instead, our concern is about when the body will be taken for cremation or burial. This language usage emphasizes that the body was never Ram. Rather, Ram was the consciousness that existed within the body until a short while ago. This cognitive phenomenon, the awareness we identified as Ram, is distinct from Ram's physical form. So, what does awareness or consciousness mean? It is an inner, instinctive knowledge that we possess consciousness or awareness. This intuitive awareness is what we define as awareness or consciousness. When questioned about the meaning of consciousness, it can be described as aware of being aware. Whether termed as consciousness, awareness, or prajnanam, these all refer to the same concept. Henceforth, I will use the term consciousness to convey our internal and intuitive sense of our own being. The focus of Tantra lies in understanding how to expand our consciousness while navigating life on earth, ultimately reaching an extraordinary state of heightened awareness. Let's explore instances that illustrate the presence of consciousness within our bodies. Picture a night when we experienced a deep, dreamless sleep, oblivious to the thunderstorms and rain outside. Upon waking up, we often remark, "I slept soundly last night, completely unaware of the thunderstorms." No one informed us of our sleep quality, yet even in the depths of slumber, something within us was aware, overseeing and witnessing everything. That something is consciousness. It is the true essence of I, possessing the body and mind as material objects. In essence, each of us is that consciousness. We are not merely our bodies or minds, these are just costumes donned by consciousness. Death is simply the act of shedding these costumes and returning to the universal essence. This fundamental teaching is shared by Tantra and the Upanishads. Consciousness pervades everything in the visible and invisible universe. Tantra specifically teaches that all entities, from grass and flowers to worms, humans, the earth, sky, and air, possess varying degrees of consciousness. The entire cosmos is the solo performance of consciousness, which distinguishes itself as many, creating an illusion of diversity. Even a speck of clay holds consciousness. When placed in water, it melts, and when exposed to acid, it reacts. This exhibits a degree of self-awareness or consciousness in the clay, akin to the analogy of a 0-watt light's minimal emitted light. Consider a butterfly as another example. It possesses consciousness more evolved than a speck of clay. The butterfly's consciousness enables it to fly, land on flowers, extract nectar, and respond to threats. Comparatively, the degree of consciousness in a butterfly is likened to the light emitted by a 10-watt bulb. This comparison helps illustrate varying levels of consciousness in different entities. Humans exhibit a significantly higher level of awareness compared to a butterfly. To illustrate, the degree of consciousness in a human can be likened to the brightness of a 1000-watt bulb. Human consciousness extends to understanding complex concepts such as the solar system, galaxies, and invisible phenomena like gravity, electromagnetism, strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force, and God particles. The expansiveness of an average human's consciousness far surpasses that of a butterfly. This difference is exemplified by the vast cognitive potentials available for further development in humans, comparable to the brightness of the sun, which emits approximately 1.5 million watts of light. The contrast between 1000 watts and 1.5 million watts illustrates the limitless possibilities for expanding our existing degree of consciousness. It is crucial to differentiate consciousness from our intellectual capacity or intelligence. While the sharpness of our intellect is proportional to the development of our consciousness, they remain distinct entities. The analogy of sunlight and the consequential shadow on the earth underscores the difference between consciousness and intellect. Consider another example. When explaining something to individuals, some grasp the information quickly, understanding not only what is said but also anticipating what will be said next. Others may require repetition, and some may not comprehend at all. Just as individuals differ in their understanding, we too have much to learn about ourselves. This self-awareness unfolds gradually through the expansion of our consciousness. Individual differences in understanding are not solely due to variations in intellectual capacity, but also stem from disparities in the levels of consciousness. If we graphically compare the size of one's consciousness to that of a small lemon or a football, the understanding derived from reading a book, observing, or hearing something will correspond to the size of their consciousness. Each person possesses a unique level of consciousness, contributing to diverse reactions even within the same family. The reactions of siblings growing up in similar environments to the same household events are influenced by their individual degrees of consciousness. Varied consciousness levels are neither a source of shame nor pride. Rather, they are inherent aspects of individuality. However, it is the responsibility of every individual to consciously evolve from their starting point in life. The objective of Tantra is to facilitate the expansion of human consciousness, recognizing that individuals possess varying degrees of consciousness. A standardized one-size-fits-all approach would not effectively cater to this diversity. Tantra acknowledges the same diversity in human consciousness as observed in the broader universe and, accordingly, offers diverse plans tailored to each level of consciousness. An old English adage, "Milk for babies and meat for men," aligns with Tantra's approach. From the worship of natural forces, idolatry, temple worship, yagyas, advaita, yoga, pranayamas, meditation, to the consideration of sacred sex at higher levels, Tantra encompasses a spectrum of practices. It embraces a philosophy of milk for babies and meat for men, acknowledging and accepting diverse approaches to spiritual growth, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. Indian culture, influenced by Tantra, reflects this inclusivity by welcoming diverse belief systems such as Christianity, Islam, Zoroastrianism, Jainism, Judaism, and others. These traditions are considered integral parts of Indian culture, emphasizing the non-religious nature of Sanatan Dharma. Rather than being a rigid religion, it is viewed as a way of life, embodying the Tantra philosophy of integrating and absorbing everything in its rightful place. This inclusive approach forms the essence of the Tantra way of living, promoting harmony and coexistence. I hope you learn. Jai Ma Kali.